Hey, this is Peter Boykin from MAGA First News on MAGA One Radio, part of the MAGA Network. So, Walk Away's been a big campaign going on right now. There's been a lot of people joining it. And it's full of people who previously were Democrats, who were more for the left, and who have now marched towards the right. Now, I, for one, if you trace me back as far as some of the things I was getting into in 2000, I considered myself more of a right-leaning Republican, but I did vote for a lot of Democrats. I truly believed that Bill Clinton at the time, we were tricked with the don't ask, don't tell. I was thought that, oh, that was great, we can have gays in the military. I believed that Clinton was doing a great job. He was working with Newt Gingrich. He was working to make America great again. He was with a contract of America. They were getting a surplus. They were getting a people off of welfare. Bill Clinton was considered the first black president. You know, it's kind of a joke, but that's how it was. So when Al Gore ran, I naturally voted for Al Gore. Now, when won by such a weird manner with the little flying chads and stuff, you know, I was with a lot of people that didn't believe that the win was logical. But I remember in 9/11 happened. I remember how patriotic everybody seemed to be. We were never too big in the huge gay community. I would go to a few things, I would work with a few people, but I never really engaged in too many politics. At the time, I just pretty much went on my way, did my work, just kind of stayed out of politics. I did start listening a little bit to talk radio. When I was delivering the mail, rural carrier for a while, I would flip the channels a little bit, and I would listen to NPR and everything like that. But never really heard anything too political, never really got politically charged. Well, after seeing, didn't really care too much for W. I ended up voting for, I think I voted for Kerry. We went for Kerry, but we saw that, we told people, fellow Democrats, and I was going to Central University in Durham, North Carolina, predominantly black college. Again, not too involved in the whole political speak, and not too involved in the gay community, but just kind of living my life, working, hardworking, taking care of things. You know, I'd hear people talk, and I did a reality show, and I'd hear people talk about Republicans and events, and I started taking a liking to Donald Trump during his apprentice days, and I thought he was doing a great job. And I believe around that time I'd heard him talk about possibly running, and I was like, well, that would be great if he could run. I didn't really care what party he was. I just thought Donald Trump was a smart guy. He knew how to, take things from small amounts and build them up and make things better. So I always kind of cheered on Donald Trump. Now, here we are, Kerry lost. And then W went into a second term. Still don't really care too much for W. Never really will. But the next election railed around. And then when Hillary Clinton back in 2008 decided to run for president, guess what? We were 100% on board with Hillary Clinton because we thought, well, having Hillary Clinton in would sort of like being, having Bill Clinton in. And I didn't care too much for Bill Clinton's issues with the old Monica Lewinsky, and I didn't care too much, and I didn't follow too much of his old stuff. I didn't know about the Clinton body bags. I didn't know all about the evilness of the Clinton Foundation. I could only go by what I saw was the greatness that was coming with that workmanship with Newt Gingrich and Bill Clinton, although Bill Clinton was impeached. So I thought, well, with Hillary, we'd have more sort of like a third term of Bill Clinton. So we tried hard to get Hillary Clinton elected. I know we traveled to go see her speak. There was enthusiasm about her. But there was also enthusiasm about this unknown person named Barack Hussein Obama. Now, at that time, I started actually listening to Hannity. I think it was Hannity and Combs for a little while, but then eventually I went to Hannity. And I would say I had been Hannitized more than I was red-pilled. But I started to walk away. Now, I wasn't fully into the clutches of the Republican Party at the time, because here in North Carolina, we can be independent. And being independent, I've always been an independent mind. I said, look, I don't believe in the straight party ticket. I believe that Republicans can do great in economics and other things, and let the Democrats worry about more of the social issues and things. And so I kind of voted per what I felt. But I didn't really still do a whole lot of due diligence and research on individuals. So here it was in '08, where I was going for Hillary, and I can commend her for going over to the state, but this man named Barack Hussein Obama, and I found out about him, and here was Bill Clinton basically, I mean not Bill Clinton, Donald Trump saying, where's your where's your birth certificate? He was like a birther. And I wasn't so sure about the whole birth certificate incidents or not, because really when it came down to it, it's like, well, I was on the camp of, do you really care about America more than were you born here? Because I was born in Florida, Pensacola, Florida, and if they would told me that I could only run for governor in Florida and not run for governor in North Carolina or Virginia, where I knew more about, it would kind of be odd. So I always kind of thought the whole thing with the presidency. But I researched into it. It's more about making sure the president cares about America, and that's what I was worried about. Barack Obama, did not really care about America. He had those socialist attitude, those non-American attitude, when he was sitting there talking about praying to Mecca and things like that. Just didn't fit the mold. But here it was, he got boosted. We had the Tea Party, we had Sarah Palin, we had McCain. You know, when they kicked Hillary out, I think that was our walk-away moment. Because we realized that the Democratic Party doesn't care the fact that I'm gay or anything. They only want to care if I'm going to toe the party line, if I'm going to vote Barack Obama. When you had those people take over Hillary groups and kick Hillary supporters out and bully us into saying we had to vote for Barack Obama, I was done. You don't tell me who I'm going to vote for. I'm going to decide who I want to vote for. And I was interested in a women president. And we took a liking to Sarah Palin. And when we heard and we saw the nasty things that they would say, and it went from jokes to nasty things that they would say about Sarah Palin and making fun of her on Saturday Night Live and things like that, we went toward the McCain-Palin side. That's when a group of us created Clintons for McCain. You can look it up. There's a group of Democrats, defranchised Democrats, that started the new campaign. It was called Just Say No Deal. We were the Puma Party, which is Party United My Ass. We were Democrats who were tired of towing the Democrat Party line. Now, some went back to it when Hillary ran again, but a lot of us escaped. I would say that a lot of us actually became the grandfathers and grandmothers of the modern Tea Party, because a lot of us helped bring change toward and out of the Republican Party, out of the establishment, by joining different groups and different things and pushing it out there. Now, I still didn't really join a political party at the time. I was busy working and things and didn't get myself too involved. But I did do what I could for McCain-Palin at the time. Well, I was working and everything, taking care of stuff. But that was my walk-away moment. Now, when Barack Obama won, I didn't feel good. I didn't feel good at all. I hadn't been feeling good for the last 8 years of Barack Obama. Now, when I saw Barack Obama dancing with Michelle, I can say that I was felt a touch to see these black people dancing, and he was the president, and there was a little nostalgia there, but that kind of went away because Barack Obama became an ass kisser. He took away from what made America America. Barack Obama just didn't do a great job at all. And we've turned toward who could lead us out of this. And so we had Donald Trump testing the waters. And there's times that I was like, I don't know about Donald Trump, but then I got to liking him a lot. Sean Hannity was pushing for him to do something more. Sean Hannity said he should run for president. Sean Hannity pushed him. He was on a lot of shows with Sean Hannity. I started listening more and more to Donald Trump and the way he thought and the way he thinks. And he's been talking and thinking the same way for a long time. He knows what's right for America. He knew it was something naturally something had to do. And he took the right moment to run for president. Now, yes, he ran against Hillary Clinton. For a moment there, I was like, I don't know. But you know what killed it for me is that when Hillary was running with Barack Obama, she did a horrible job. Benghazi, the lies of Benghazi. To blame it on YouTube videos, to blame it on anybody else, to not give the proper respect to the people who were died and the families. I couldn't deal with that. That's why Hillary totally lost it for me. Never again. Never again. When Donald Trump decided that he was going to run, he came at that great golden escalator. I went down in history. I was so excited. I went straight home. I told my husband, I was like, guess who's running for president? He said, Donald Trump. And we both cheered. Now, my husband said something about, well, we should start maybe a Gays for Trump kind of group. And, it was kind of early, and I wasn't exactly sure because I was still kind of playing Pokemon and Farmville and, what's that, Candy Crush. And I wasn't getting too political at the point, but I liked what I heard, and I started listening to what I heard. And that's when, in February, I created the Gays for Trump Facebook group a few months before Orlando. Now, Orlando cinched it for the Gays for Trump movement. And then that's the point where I decided that we could make something great about this and did local prides. Got funding through GoFundMe, had to deal with people calling me frauds and everything else and getting rich and everything. But that's when we got billboards for Donald Trump. And I did my best to get Donald Trump in the White House. I truly believe that Gays for Trump had a big advantage for the win in North Carolina, considering how much stuff that's anti-gay and blah, blah, blah in the North Carolina. And our governor, we lost the governor and everything. Our group, we went all out for Donald Trump in North Carolina, and we changed North Carolina's party for the best. So much that when I ran for office, they were happy for me to run for office. How we've been drumming anti-gay people out of North Carolina. We have been drumming anti-gay laws. We have been 100%, and I work with the North Carolina GOP, and they absolutely, positively don't put up with bullcrap, anti-gay stuff. I went to many, many rallies here, and there's been great people, great reception. They love the fact that gays are there in North Carolina. We have diversity in our GOP. And we're going to spread that. We're going to continue to spread that. So that was my walk away moment. It was kind of a slow turn from kind of semi-voting Democrat to voting independent to being 100% for Donald Trump. And believing in the motto that the log cabin Republicans have, which is inclusion from within. And so today, I can proudly put on this MAGA hat, which, with the headphones in the way. I can proudly pulled on this MAGA hat, and part of the gay right, the Gays for Trump, the walkaway movement. We're also creating the MAGA network. And I'm so glad that I'm able to create, with a lot of great people, we created MAGA1Radio.net. And I do my show, MAGA First News. This is the good for our nation, the good for our world, and to help further people to walk away from the left, walk away from being wrong, and join the right. We are the right side of history, and we're going to continue to be the right side of history, and we're going to continue to make America great always for everyone, and keep America great. And we do that by helping others walk away. God bless America. This is Peter Boykin from MAGA First News, MAGA One Radio, part of the MAGA network, and part of the gay right, and Gays for Trump. God bless.